couldn't care less whether David or Nicole A goes. Now, that's good TV, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the HOH couldn't care less. Which of the two nominees could go?
Yeah, I like that. Don't you sort of half appreciate Memphis's Cavalier game? But also,
I suppose, yeah.
Think, I can't wait to see them boot him out as well. Be like, we don't need you no more, old man. Get out.
Yeah, he's very secure at the moment.
He's got a big head.
Yeah.
And I think he should have kept Janelle and Kaysar safe and
played with them.
I know he was trying to play both sides, but he didn't. I feel like he put more of his eggs in the other side. It was
weak nominations, didn't you think? The very
what,
weak
David
move.
and Nicole? No, like, they're real strong players.
I mean, want to talk about lame? That's that's it right there, isn't it?
Pathetic, isn't it? It's not even worth it.
Nicole A was really... Her reaction to being nominated was painful to watch, if you ask me.
Do you know what? About Nicole A? I didn't like her last year. And I like it even. I like it even less this year. She was a fucking wimp last year.
Yeah.
People only liked her because she was against Jack Jackson and all those cunts. Yeah. All these fucking
I don't
bullies.
understand why anyone ever liked her. Honestly, she was America's favourite player.
But
it's the unicorn drawing, isn't it?
Think of what you had to work with last year. There was nothing to like. There was nothing to like.
No.
This year, she's in there with people actually like, and she's still being an absolute twat. So
she's
fuck
such
you.
a wet weekend.
Put that on your podcast, bitch. How has that girl even got a podcast? She doesn't have opinions.
Oh, she keeps promoting it on the show.
How can you have a podcast when you don't even have opinions? It's no.
Leave that to us.
Leave that to the big boys' table.
The thing about David is, look, this is all stars. Said Memphis.
Yeah.
Janelle was framing.
Hold on, I've got more of what Memphis said.
Go on.
He said, I might have been a little harsh, but we've put in work to get this far. I already gave him a have not. May as well double down.
I know.
That's the road of least resistance. Ouch.
Kick a man when he's down.
Yeah.
Janelle was basically framing Nicole Franzel as a threat, but also the motive was to keep Nicole A as her number. I think.
It was.
Janelle's number.
And Memphis I don't see her as a threat. But I think he should. I think Nicole Franzel is a good game player. Don't you?
I can't tell you yet. Is she?
She's got a lot of bases covered.
I mean, she's coming for Janelle, so...
She's got a lot of... She's in a lot of different alliances. I can tell you.
She's part of an alliance with Cody and Tyler, right?
Yeah, and she's in with
Danny.
Danny.
But Memphis is working with them. They're talking to the wrong people. They didn't know Memphis is part of that alliance.
I know. That's the sad part.
Dear me.
But why didn't you know in
This is a problem with stock photos. You don't know where they came from.
You need to reverse image search that shit. But, Gaz, tell me, why did Janelle and Kaysar not get... not number one pre-game and number two...
No.
Get a good alliance together in the first few days.
No, number one, why did you both play your safety suite cards on eviction one?
Thank you.
That was
number one.
That was
the first of their boneheaded, stupid moves. Although they talk a big game, but neither of them can play for shit, and I love them both dearly. So then.
David was crying about being on the block with Nicole in the diary room, and Nicole was crying about having to compete with David, and I've put get a grip, and then I put insert generic determination diary room. You know when there's there's tears, and then you get the determination diary room. But I will win this veto, and I can't keep my place in the house, and it's all just so contrived.
Apparently David is fake crying though in the house, or so he is saying.
Not a tear was shed.
Yeah, apparently he's good at fake crying, and that was his big thing last year, that he was a good fake crier.
Well, it's like something you tell Iker in the pre-show
interview. That was what he told Iker.
No, because Iker went, give us your best fake tears, give us your best fake laugh. Oh,
that's all he's got. Still 2 years later, and that's all he's got going for him.
Yeah, still fucking dining out of Iker's interview.
Okay, moving on. Nicole was saying about Victor. You don't know Victor.
No,
what are you laughing about?
Because of what I've written in my notes next.
Who's it about?
Kevin, I think.
Kevin?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, I said this a bit before that. Nicole was saying about Victor, he will be the best dad. He already wears dad jeans.
It's this bit.
Victor, I don't know why he's going out with her. I really hope he dumps her. Anyway. Nicole is getting married in December and she wants to get pregnant ASAP. Over to you.
I've just written, missing your as yet to adopt / conceive kids section.
Is that all you wrote?
Yeah.
Kevin said he wants to get IVF, but it's expensive.
Oh, I know what he said. Is this about a cocktail of semen?
Yes. Go on. I feel like this is more your territory than mine.
Cocktail. I've not got the quote.
I have.
Go on.
Oh, no, I haven't actually. I've got may the fittest sperm win and we'll work out who the dad is later.
Yes, he did say that. So he said, like a sperm cocktail. So basically his boyfriend and him are going to, jizz
have
into
a race to the prize.
Perhaps like a cup or something.
Yeah.
And then Memphis is going to come in, shake it up, because he's a qualified mixologist.
Nice.
And then we, inseminate it into
while singing Womanizer.
The donor. Womanizer. Yeah. And then off you go.
But
imagine if it's twins and it's one of each. That's not possible because it splits, doesn't it?
Listen, this is an important subject and I'm drunk, so let's try and be serious.
What, about a cocktail of sperm?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Don't you think it's kind of a shame that for gay people...
It's a cocktail.
You have to go through...
It's a cocktail.
You have to go through... Shut up, I'm trying to be serious.
Picking of bear.
If you want to have kids...
Yeah.
Straight people, they can just have them left, right and centre, willy-nilly.
I want to have kids, mate.
I did. It's not going well. Listen, do you feel sorry for Kevin that, he's been trying 20 years to have kids and nothing's happened?
Guess what? I've been trying.
But at the same time, someone said to him, "Oh, well, couldn't you adopt?" And he goes, "Oh, no, we kind of want to see what it looks like," sort of thing. We want to... Don't you think that is like almost the most selfish thing ever? Like, there's so many...
There's
so
many
I'm
kids
the biggest
out
cunt
there.
on the planet for even saying this, guy.
You'd never consider
I
it.
fucking hate kids. But like, don't you think it's like the height of vanity to, we want to see who's got the fittest sperm and who it looks like and blah, blah, blah. And just fuck off. There's just go down the pound. There'll be kids there waiting for
Pound? Good God. I mean, in America, there probably is a pound. They talk about caging children at one point.
Oh my God. Can you please give us a sensible view on that?
Yeah, I'll take the baton now
please
from
do.
you.
You need to, quick.
Is it vanity to sort of like let the fit sperm win?
Yes.
It kind of gamifies the whole thing in a way, doesn't it? It's like, when it comes out, like, whose nose has it got? Yeah. And like, you won't necessarily know.
You wouldn't. I think you
until
would know quite soon, don't you?
A bit down the line. I don't know.
Mind you, sometimes, when a woman lies about who the father is,
yeah,
someone thinks it's theirs for years on end.
The cuckoo situation.
Yeah,
the
and
cuckoo
then
nest.
suddenly they're like, "Oh, hang on, I'm not doing."
God, there's a lot of mentions of the royal family tonight.
Come on, Gaz, bring it back.
Do you know, I feel like, obviously, like, as a gay guy, it is a little bit unfortunate that, like, you can't possibly make a child that is a mixture of you and your partner.
Yeah, that is sad.
You would, in an ideal world, you would want to know that. Like, I've always thought that. It's like, you could maybe, like, use a donor from one of your partner's families, but that's a bit weird. And one of your family members of your partner.
You could have one each.
Or you could have one each, yeah.
I suppose.
But also, like, if you're in that position and you use a surrogate... Is it a surrogate mother?
Yeah.
No, a surrogate carries a conceived...
That's still a surrogate mother.
Is it still?
I think
so. But, like, you're using their egg.
It's
so,
not...
Like,
sometimes they can just carry it, can't they? Sometimes it's their egg.
Sometimes it can be fertilised and it's someone else's egg and someone
else's
sperm
like
and they
Kanye's
just carry it.
Children.
That's what I consider a surrogate to be.
Yeah.
When it's a mother who takes on a... I don't know what that's called.
It's kind of like an agreement, an arrangement, isn't it? Well, I suppose it depends if they want to be involved or they don't want to be. Either way, you've got to have all this extra admin. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I think, and for want of a better term, it's a sticky situation because, like, because that
and it's the same for
mother,
it's the same for women, for lesbians too.
That mother, that's the biological mother of a child, and if two lesbians conceive a child...
Oh, actually, they can do it easier, can't they?
Obviously,
they can have a sperm donor.
Yeah, you can have a sperm donor. But that person is the biological father of that child. And eventually a child
That don't matter.
probably wants to know.
Yeah.
And I know, like, of course there's records and there's agreements and, like, you can probably track back.
It used to be if you had a sperm donor, you couldn't track back.
Oh, really?
It was only recently, not recently, but, like, maybe 10 years ago, that they put it, you have to be able to track back and say, okay, that is my biological dad. Yeah. And it cut sperm donation by, like, 90%, obviously.
Because people do it for their money,
exactly.
don't they?
But that's kind of dangerous if you're doing it, like, 20 times, and then your kids are born and then they're end up fucking each other or something, you know.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Think about it. I listened to a podcast about that.
Oh, God.
Anyway, get us back on track. Don't you think it's just harder for gay people to have babies? They have to actually think about it and consider it, which probably makes them better parents because they're not just having them here, there, and everywhere. Like
I feel like pregnancy and parenthood and all that stuff is such a sort of sticky area. It's not so sticky, but like, some people can try forever for a baby.
That's true. A lot of straight people can struggle,
and then some people can accidentally get pregnant as a teenager, and it's like sometimes it's just very unfair the way things are.
It is,
and someone who doesn't, some people who never wanted a baby end up with one, and some people who really want one never will have one, and it's unfortunately just the way it is for gay people that you're never going to be able to co-parent or co-produce that child. Co-produce.
I like that. This is a co-production.
That's what we have at work. We work across different departments. And I am actually at work. I'm defined as a co-pro champion. So there you go. But you're right, and I think for people who are struggling to conceive or people who can't conceive, there are a lot of children out there in the world that could do with parents, and I feel like that's probably the best way to look. And I had a friend once, well, I have a friend now, who once upon a time wanted nothing more than to be a mother, and she was like, but I want to adopt a child, because we were working around those issues with people with children who are orphans and stuff, and you knew that there was a lot of children out there in the world that didn't have the support of a family, but then in the end she had her own child.
Oh, okay.
And I feel like it was almost a flip on her standpoint.
Yeah.
She decided to conceive and bring a new child into the world because people do ultimately want it to be part of them.
I know they do.
That's the thing.
I just find...
and I wouldn't ever question that someone can love a child as much as if it was their own, even if they adopted it. But people, once it's part of you, and there's another example of a friend of mine who accidentally got pregnant and initially said they were going to adopt, but with the whole carrying of the baby, it's too emotional to get rid of.
Yeah. I can imagine
you've developed that child, and you bond with it even when it's before it's born, and then that's also probably another issue that comes into play with a surrogate mother.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's all just such a sort of challenging area.
I don't think I'm very qualified to comment on this.
I mean, we're probably the least qualified people to ever talk about this on a podcast.
But I just think to have a baby to go, oh, you know, that's...
to go?
No.
Babies to go. That's our new,
end of that sentence.
Our new business idea.
To have a baby to say, oh, that's my nose or that's my eyes. That's like the most stupid reason to have a baby ever.
Well, the thing was, in his VT, he literally said, if I win, we're going to get a new child. And we were going to have a child. But it sounded to me like it was adoption that they were looking to do.
I just think... Actually, it's none of my business. Do what you want to do. I've decided to take my own advice.
Oh, it's got Anita Vito's eyes.
Just do what you want to do. Do what makes you happy.
That was a longer section than I ever thought you would ever get on adoption and parenthood.
Because I wanted to get your thought on it because you are gay.
Yeah.
That's
a secret.
And I'm not very maternal, to say the least. Okay, so Memphis then told Cody what Janelle and Kaysar had just been saying to him. Alright.
Yeah.
And he said they think the alliance is Cody, Tyler, Nicole F and Danny. And then Cody was saying he wanted to backdoor Kaysar or Janelle, but Memphis doesn't want to take that shot. Cody said Nicole isn't even close to the head of the snake. Don't know what that means. What is she, the arse of the snake? What does the snake do?
that thing with the tongue.
This podcast is becoming a piece of performance art.
Who said that?
Dominique.
It's a shame that Dominique didn't get to come back. I'd like to see her talking.
Dominique on All Stars.
Talking tongues and
what
toilet.
Fuck. you, she's probably more relevant than Memphis. Memphis is making himself look stupid, as I think his alliance will dump him first.